So I'm joined by Willis Francis and Martin Carruthers. We're less than 48 hours away from the season opener against Sutton Caulfield here at Greenwich Avenue. First of all, what's been your thoughts on pre-season?
Um, yeah, I think it's been good. I think different and variations of games have been good. I think there's been different challenges along the way, different ways that teams are going to play. Teams like Notts County very wanted to pass the ball, so we had to think differently. Then you play against Ilkeston, who was quite dominant and pressed us, put us under a lot of pressure, and a lot of the conversations that we've had with the players are work teams out. Like within the first 5 minutes, understand what's happening, understand the game, and figure out how we come out on top. So yeah, I've been really happy with what's happened. It was a good test against Ilkeston last week. Really calm about the situation and where we're at, and yeah, happy with the progress that we've made.
And with yourself, Gandhi, obviously you've been involved with things like training and been hands on yourself anyway, but kind of in terms of a match day, seeing it from the sides, what's been your evaluation of pre-season as well?
Yeah, it's been good, really positive. You know, the main thing about pre-season is to get the players fit, you know, up to that match tempo and readiness for the first game. You know, the lads have worked hard. The lads have put some good sessions on. And I think they're fit, and, you know, one of the big things coming out of pre-season, we haven't really picked up many injuries. It's, I think, just Eli and Nelson, really. So that's been a positive, but it's a young, energetic side. And we're excited. I can't wait for Saturday. I'm just looking forward to the lads to start to gel and hopefully have a really successful season.
And Willis, when we spoke on Saturday after the Ilkeston game, you touched on the squad morale, how everyone's getting on and really starting to bond. But in terms of on the pitch as well, and maybe off the pitch with personal goals, how are things shaping in that area as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take time. Like, we've got so many new players that they have to gel quickly. It's our role to make sure that they do that. And again, as I've said from first minute, that it's about the people and the people that's here. And if they're open and willing to learn and willing to take on advice, it's going to gel a lot quicker because they're going to take on the information that we as management staff want. And they're open to new things. They're open to seeing where they need to improve. They're open to doing different things to what maybe they're used to, which is making it easier for the team to gel together. And as Gandhi's just touched on, everything's really positive. Like, we're in a positive place. We really look forward to going into the season, and we're excited to see what this group of players can produce.
And we were speaking about kind of styles of play throughout pre-season. You're always going to try new things, but obviously it's a young, exciting, attacking team anyway. But how do you see kind of the style of play to be throughout the season?
I think we have to vary it. I don't think you want a style, but it's never going to happen week in, week out. Teams are going to start to work out how you play. Teams are going to do different things. There's two teams on the pitch, not just us. So we can't have everything our own way. So we have to, again, as I said, work out how the opposition are playing and find their weaknesses and be able to exploit them. And I think when myself and Gandhi sat down earlier in pre-season, we was looking at players that we wanted to bring in. We wanted to bring in a varied player. So if one thing's not working, we've got players in the squad that can change the way that the game's looking. So yeah, we want to pass the football. We want to be dominant in possession. We want to score goals. So we want to excite people. We want it to be fast football going forward. But we've also got to have a structure behind the ball because we're going to play some dangerous teams. So yeah, well, obviously you want the complete team, and it's not going to happen, like I said, overnight. And we'll keep working to get there. But I think that's what you're going to expect from us: an exciting young team that's fearless, that will work as hard as any team in here, but more. And yeah, we're looking. It's good. We're in a good place, like I said.
And again, I'll come to you first for this question. We've spoken briefly about the 3-year plan, and it's been mentioned quite a bit in club statements and from the owner Chris as well. But how does that 3-year plan look for yourself, and also what you wanted to implement within that as well?
I think it's just, you know, we've got a lot of new players in, so, you know, that's always a challenge. But, you know, we want to set some good foundations. You know, we're focusing on younger players with a nice blend of 2 or 3 experienced players. and we want to build from that. You know, Chris obviously has always had his eyes on the academy and the pathway through the academy to the first team, and that's something that Willis will be looking to implement. There's been a few of the lads train with us pre-season, but moving forwards, you know, with Dave Lilly coaching as well, we know that there's lots of good young players within that team. So if you're looking at the 2 and the 3 year plan, then you know once we get some of those lads into the academy on the education program, then you know the plan will be to get those through into the first team, and hopefully you know sell 1 or 2 in the future. You know we've had success stories in the past with Cole Lambert and Kamani Smith, Sheffield United and Norwich respectively. So you know that's the ambitions of the football club. So you know I think Chris just wants you know to stabilise the club, start winning games of football again, and just get that positive family environment and get the place buzzing again.
Perfect. And finishing off with yourself, Willis, how are things looking ahead of Saturday? What are your thoughts going into that?
Yeah, we're almost at full strength, which is positive. We're excited. We've done our own work, obviously, on the opposition. The boys are ready. The main thing is, like Gandhi said, pre-season was to be ready and to be ready to go first game of the season, and they're ready. They're itching to go. They're in good spirits, and they understand the roles and responsibilities. So coming out of pre-season, I'd say we can't really be in a better place than what we're in. And we come on Saturday and we have to turn up and start the good times rolling. That's where we're at.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cheers.